Hello and welcome to the Upper Valley Humane Society. Some people who are what I would call the oldies may remember Mary and I, our program from many years ago. Well, we're back on air. And for those of you who are new to the program, I just want to tell you what we do is we tell you about a few of the cats and dogs, and we also have rabbits here, ferrets, and sometimes we have rats and mice and all sorts of interesting things. And we tell you a little bit about them, and we encourage you, really encourage you to come down and see all of these animals who just desperately need love and a home. And, oh, I'm sorry, I've been very remiss and very rude. This is Victor. Victor is 1 year old. And he likes other cats. He doesn't mind being with other cats. He's very sweet, very loving, very tame, loves to be cuddled, and he's very self-possessed, so you wouldn't really have much trouble with Victor just settling right into your home. Isn't that right, Victor? Is there anything else you want to say? No, sorry, there is a bit of a noise from the traffic there, and of course the rain is horrific. But not to worry, we will hope that you will enjoy this program very much. And I would also like to introduce my friend Mary, who is behind the camera. So she doesn't like being in front of the camera ever, so you probably won't see her. But she is wonderful, and she puts up with me and all my rantings and ravings. So, sit down folks, please, get a pencil and paper ready, because you'll not only want our telephone number down here, but you might want to put down about some special animal that you just feel that you couldn't possibly go on living without having in your arms, like Victor. Isn't that right? So this is Bart. We're going to start off with rabbits today. We have quite a few rabbits. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think about 5 rabbits here. We are looking at Bart right now, who is so soft. He's just like velvet. And they have lovely pens. Rabbits make wonderful pets. Sometimes people are allergic to cats and they can't have a dog. And rabbits are really fun. They're pretty well house trained. They go in their litter box and they love to lollop around your house and play under the sofa, and you can have fun making tunnels for them. I mean, they really do actually make very good pets. And we have, as I say, quite a few here. We have a couple that go together. Margie, who's a bit of a prima donna, evidently, needs a lot of attention, as prima donnas do. So if you want someone who you can spend a lot of time with, then Margie's just the one. We'll see if we can get a little picture of her. And she has a friend. And she has to go with the friend. So we'll see if we can get over to Margie right now. And there's Margie. Do you think we can open the cage? Would Margie jump out?
I don't think so.
Mm.
You have to go like this.
Oh.
Okay.
Hi, folks. Hello, folks. This is Margie, is it?
Yes.
Her friend Chai. Oh, lovely. Okay.
It's Chai in the back.
Right. Are we ready?
Yep.
So this is Margie. Isn't she beautiful? She's so soft. And this is Chai in the back with all the hair. I think he needs a bit of hairstyling myself. But he's very sweet. And I really like the fringe, Chai. I go for that. And you could put him on your head and everybody would think you've gone blonde or something like that. So these two go together. They're best friends. And it's really rather nice. Sometimes cats don't want to have another cat, but mostly, particularly dogs, and I think rabbits too, they are used to, in the wild, being with other of their own species, and so they like company. And so this is Margie and Chai. Chai is very calm and well-mannered, and Margie, as I say, likes to, say, oh dear, I need this, and oh dear, I need that. So there they are. And then we have a couple of other ones as well. We also have a hamster, and we have a ferret, which is also wonderful, wonderful pet, which I am hoping that we will get to. And the big white rabbit that Mary is filming right now this is Todd. I hope you can see him because he's huge. And I mean, unless you've got white carpets in your house, you would not lose Todd in your house. So I think he's rather fun. And he's a great big armful, you know. You just pick Todd up and you know you've got a rabbit in your arms. So if you're interested in rabbits, please come down and see what we have here. So before we start on the cats, I would like to introduce you to Caitlin, who is the feline coordinator
Yes.
here at the Upper Valley Humane Society. And when we came in, she was just finishing doing an adoption. Was that a dog or a cat?
It was a cat.
It was
yes,
a cat. So could you tell us about it?
Sure. Yes, the cat's name is Silverado, and he was about 4 years old, and he's been here for a few months. And family came in yesterday and just fell in love with him. The little girl was just so taken by him and so charmed.
Yes.
And they came back today to pick him up, and I think it's, fingers crossed, I think it's going to be a great adoption.
Oh, good.
They seem very happy.
Yes, yes. And so you do have a list of requirements from people,
Oh,
I'm
of course,
sure,
of
when
course.
you come to adopt.
Sure,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
It's mostly a conversation with them, you know,
Yes.
trying to find the best fit for them and their family and what's going to be the best fit for the cat.
Cat,
as well.
exactly. The
Yes.
cat is just as important.
That's
yes. But you seem to have quite a few cats here.
Yes,
at the
we
moment.
have lots of cats.
Yes.
Um,
Any kittens?
we have 2 kittens right now
Uh-huh.
that are available for adoption, and we always have kittens in foster care as well.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Because I know some people, I mean, you'll find on this program, folks, that I often plug older cats and dogs because I'm older myself and I feel maybe somebody will look after me or adopt me when I get older or something. But a lot of people like to start off with a kitten, particularly if is this a kitten here?
That is a kitten.
Hello, sweetie. Can I get you? Where are you? Oh, no, gone. Okay, excuse me, folks. Excuse me. So we have 2 kittens left.
Yes.
Any puppies? We get to those in a little while.
Let's see. I think you'll get to those. We have 2 puppies that are going to come up for adoption
Uh-huh,
soon.
uh-huh.
We hardly ever get puppies here.
No.
They're very rare.
No. Well, you know, one of my favourite mantras also is please spare neuter your pet.
Oh,
spare
please,
neuter
please,
your pet.
please.
It really cuts down on the number of animals that don't have a home. And if you come here, your heart will truly turn over sometimes with sadness that you can't take them all home. And do we have a name
This
here?
is Doodles.
This is Doodles.
Doodles the kitten.
Oh, Doodles. So Doodles is white and black.
Yep, Doodles.
And very smart and very cuddly and very playful. Very playful. But do remember also, Doodles is a kitten. She's small and she's fragile. And so if you take Doodles home, you have to remember that, to be very careful of her. Because she doesn't want to be picked up and dropped or anything like that. No. And who do we have down here? Somebody very suave.
This is Kago. Kago is a 4-year-old male tabby cat. He is an amazing cat, in my opinion. He's actually a blood donor.
Wow, you have blood donor cats?
He is a blood donor, yep.
Ooh.
He donates blood to cats in need. If a cat has an accident or needs to have surgery, Kago will donate blood for them. Isn't that amazing?
He is, he is indeed wonderful. He should have a medal, I think.
You should have it.
You are sweet. And he's very self-assured. And looks actually rather as if he owns this place.
Yes.
And he is how old?
He's about 4 years old.
He's about 4 years old, and he doesn't mind being with other cats.
No, definitely not.
well-
He's independent. He keeps to himself a little, but he's very tolerant.
Well, that's great. If you have a job maybe where you go out a lot, or you're off, early in the morning to the office and you don't get back, I would imagine that he would be more than happy to just be by himself.
Yes, he's very independent, but like you said, he's
yes.
self-assured, but not
Yes.
needy, not clingy.
No, not needy, and I have a feeling that when you came home, he would have everything organised.
Oh,
for
if
you.
he's ready,
And
dinner on the stove.
Yes, and tell you exactly what you should be doing. So, okay, folks, we'll go into the other cat room now and see what other delectations we can find for you. So I'm starting off in this cat room with the most gorgeous duo, Smudge and Scat. That was maybe Scat or maybe Smudge, I'm not exactly sure. They're sisters and they're 10 years old, and they came in because their owner died. And so, you can't really get sadder than that. But, suddenly the person that you love most in all the world has just disappeared out of your life, and here you are in the Upper Valley Humane Society, which is a pretty nice place. But Smudge and Scat, they're very sweet. And again, if you're a person who's out to work a lot, it's lovely to have 2 cats because they keep each other company. But they are beautiful. They look very alike. I mean, they're quite a dynamic duo, looks-wise, and certainly personality-wise, because they're very, very sweet. Very sweet indeed. And you can see they're very cuddly. They're a little on the shy side with people. So I think if you had a family or a rowdy family, or never, well, not all families are rowdy, I understand that, but if you had, I think they might be a little better off in a quieter household. But they really, really, thank you. Thank you very much. There we are, Smudge and Scat. I really think that you can't resist these folks. Please, you just cannot resist these 2. Isn't that right, darlings? I know, if I could have a cat, I think I'd catnap you and put you in my car. So Smudge and Scat. And then there is a gorgeous looking guy in the window there. He's quite shy. What's his name again?
That's Ginger.
That's Ginger. Oh, how would I not know that was Ginger? Anyway, Ginger is looking as if he might like to take flight if I come any nearer, so I'm just talking about him. And obviously he's a good fly catcher because I can see him looking around, something buzzing there, and he's busy looking at the traffic. So he would require a little extra care and attention because he is shy. And but ultimately, of course, you would find him snuggling up to you when you're sitting on the sofa. I think that Ginger did, yes, he did just remind me just now, looking at me, he really does like a sunny windowsill to sit on, preferably with a nice scented geranium there. Cats like nice scented geraniums. And then he can just sit there quietly and purr to himself in the warmth of the sun. Even in the winter it would be warm for him. So that's about his only requirement. And of course, a lot of kindness and a lot of patience until he sort of settled in and realized that you were his forever home. So we just got another couple of beautiful, beautiful animals, cats that you might just like to take home. And then we will talk also about the dogs. But meanwhile, sorry, I shouldn't have said that in here. We don't talk about DOGs in the CAT room. So forget what I said. But we'll go and do another couple of cats. So hang in there, folks. Don't go away. So this is Thumbelina, and isn't she beautiful? Isn't she just fabulous looking? And she's got a lovely purr too. There's nothing like a purr. And when you come in at the end of the day from work and you're really tired, and you make yourself a cup of coffee or tea, if you happen to be me, and you sit down either out on your porch, or if it's winter, you just sit down with your cup of tea, and you have a cat that comes and sits on your lap and it purrs, and it just relaxes you, and it doesn't matter what's happened to you during the day, how awful it's been, you're there with your cat and the warmth and the purr. So Thumbelina is one of those cats. And she was given up because she had an infected paw and her owner couldn't afford the medical costs. And so she just has no thumb here. She had to have her thumb removed. And while we're talking about cat's paws, I would like to say about declawing cats. Please don't declaw your cat. It's extremely painful for the cat. It is something that's definitely going out of fashion now. Many vets won't do it. But it's very painful for the animal, and it actually often produces a lot of problems in later life, including arthritis. So anyway, Thumbelina, can you, okay? And this is Michelle. Thumbelina is 2, and Michelle is 10 months, didn't we say? Yes, I've got my advisors here in the background. And she is also a very, very sweet cat. And she and another cat left alone in an apartment. So please, folks, again, if you can't afford your animal, please don't just abandon it. if you're moving or whatever, just bring it to us. And we really prefer that you bring the animal to us, because then you can tell us about it. And you know, the cat's likes and dislikes. Dear, it's not terribly polite to do your cleaning toilet, things like that on you know, camera. But anyway, never mind. Just, you know, we will take them, but we do like to know, you know, their names and their ages and all about them. It really helps us to find them another home. But just don't just abandon them, because you know, they've got nothing to eat and nothing to drink, and it's very sad. So I think we've probably shown you a wonderful amount of cats. There are many, many more, viewers. And as I say, I would encourage you to come down. It's exit 15 on Interstate 89, and you'll see our telephone number going across the screen. And the times we're open. We love to see you anytime. We will find the right animal for you. And I think, you know, you just need a cat or a dog or a ferret or a mouse or a rat or a hamster or a rabbit. You really need something in your life. Your life, I'm sure, is just missing at the moment. And so it needs to be filled by a four-legged creature. So, hello, here we go on the canines, and I'm introducing Mandy and Emily. Now, Mandy's the one with the orange collar, and Emily's the one with the black t-shirt, just in case you get muddled up, and Mandy has four legs. So this is Mandy. She's a pit mix. She's quite shy. You wouldn't think so, would you? She's also strong. She needs to be with dogs. Oopsie, okay. Calm down, sweetheart. She needs to be with dog-wise people. And she needs to be obviously with someone who is quite strong. She does need training, which she would love. And once you start a dog on a training regime, do you still have training classes here?
We don't.
No, but there are lots of them around. But it does give the dog actually a lot of confidence when they do training and they get praised for it. And look at this, good girl. And so that's what I would recommend, and it's a very good bonding experience. But she's a very sweet dog. We would prefer that she went with adults only, no children, and she would love to have a lot of exercise. She loves walkies. She just loves walkies, and that's good for everybody. Walkies is good whether you've got 2 legs or 4 legs. But she's a very, very sweet dog. I mean, she walked in here and I just thought, oh, what a darling dog. And she does, so was she given up, or is she a rescue?
Oh, she was a stray.
She was a stray?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I also we do recommend a lot that you have a good fenced-in yard for a dog, any dog, however young it is, or old it is, or whatever breed it is. It's a really good idea to have a fenced-in yard, if you can. And particularly, you know, if you're going to go out and leave the dog outside, unless it's very, very old and can hardly walk. So I think that would be a good idea for Mandy too, because then she can run around in the yard. But anyway, why don't you come and look at Mandy? And I think she'd like to be a truck dog too, don't you?
Yeah, she
I
might
can just
be great
see
with
Mandy
that.
sitting in front of a truck with the guy of her heart, perhaps. And the two of you driving along like that, noses forward. So why don't you come and see Mandy and see if you've got the time. I know you've got the love, because you would totally fall in love with this dog. But you know, see if you've got the time and the energy and the wish to expend all of that on Mandy and take her into your home and into your heart and into your life. So this is Jackson. Isn't he sweet? He's really cute and he's very bright and breezy. And if you want cheering up, Jackson's the one to do it for you. My goodness, every time you come home, hello mommy, hello daddy, how are you? I'm so happy to see you. Did you have a wonderful time while you were out? And you left me alone. But never mind, you're home now, let's play. Jackson loves to play. and he would prefer to be with slightly older children, 14 and up perhaps, and he would really like to be in a soccer family because he loves to like to play with you, play with the ball, help you with soccer, help you with anything you like. He could play lacrosse, he could play baseball, and then he would like his own toys, of course, and he loves to play chase the ball, and those squeaky things. Oh, wait. Yes, so that's our Jackson for you. But the big thing about Jackson is that he is such a cheerful guy. He really is just not the type to be downhearted. And the only reason he might be downhearted is if he forgot, or his supper was late, or something like that. Woo! Noise, noise, noise. So, Jackson is here and just waiting for you. And look at this, isn't it great? He's mostly Jack Russell, but he's quite big. We don't have any idea what might be in the rest of us. No.
Some kind of mix.
Yeah, some kind of mix. Well, we're all some kind of mix, aren't we? I mean, nobody's purebred these days, and so that's just fine by me. So Jackson is, Jackson, can you look at the camera and say, please come and just give me a home, folks. Give me a home. He does like to repeat himself. Give me a home, give me a home, give me a home. I love you, I'm always cheerful, I'm always happy, and I love walkies, and I'm happy to take you out and give you a good time on a walk, and I can't guarantee perhaps not to chase rabbits, but you know, until, I don't know, does he have any training? Do we know?
He has a little bit of training, you know.
Well, I had a Jack Russell for 14 years, she did not like to be trained. They are quite independent. But anyway, you can take him for a walk on a leash, and he will just bring a lot of joy and happiness and light into your life. So please, happy as he is here, he'd be much happier with you. And particularly if you had teenage children who he could play with and take for walks and all of that sort of thing. So please, come and see Jackson, because if you see Jackson, you will definitely have to take him home. Isn't that right, Jackson? Oh. Mwah. So, there's a lot of dog now on the screen, I understand that. And this is Kaiva, the father, and this is Autumn, the daughter. And please, folks, have your pencil ready, because these dogs desperately need a home. I think you said they've been here for a year?
They've been here over a year.
Over a year.
Yeah.
So, tell us about them.
Well, they're a bonded pair. We want them to go together. They are a little dog reactive, so they want to be the only dogs in the home. You know, they're so sweet and loving. Kaiba's definitely a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? He's a little more social than Autumn. You know, Autumn really relies on her dad to show her the ropes and how things are done. You know, they're both very loving. They love their butt scratched. They would just love a nice home. You know, they like to be outside.
So they would need a fenced-in yard, really, to be out. Yes.
Yeah.
If you wanted them to be able to run around, and they do need exercise, presumably, because they're big.
Oh yeah, they're big, so they love to be outside. They love their exercise.
Yes.
They're pretty, but they're also, you know, they also have that side of them where they're really lovey.
Yes, yes.
And
I can tell that. But a year is a long time to be here.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if you've got one big dog, what's two big dogs, really? I mean, what is it? And they keep each other company, and they probably love the snow.
Oh, they love the snow.
Love the snow
Love it.
and the winters, and they don't mind the rain because they've got these big thick coats. I mean, look at the colours under here.
Yeah.
They're just fabulous, and it just breaks my heart to see them here when they should be giving somebody so much enjoyment and so much of a bigger life to have creatures like this in your life. And they love to go for walkies, obviously. And would they be all right with children, or are you looking maybe older children?
Older children for them.
Yes, probably
Yeah.
14 and up. Then, you know, they would be fine if you had visiting children. But like any animal, if you have visiting small children, you need to watch small children. with your dog, because sometimes small children inadvertently, even someone the size of Jackson, you know, can have his tail pulled or something, and he doesn't like that very much. Oh, you are two sweethearts.
They're so sweet, and
No.
they would need brushing regularly.
Well, so folks watching, you haven't just been here for an hour of enjoyment, seeing all these different animals. You are actually here, hopefully, to realize that you really, really want one of the lovely animals we have shown you. And I think particularly perhaps these two, who have been here for so long, and for no reason at all, and for a reason that they do not understand. They just want their own people and their own home. And of course, the other thing that I must say very quickly, because they're very hairy, but you have seen it in the papers, and I just want to say, because the weather is so hot, please don't take your dog out in this weather and leave it in the car, because dogs can get killed in this heat in a very, very short time. So please don't do that. And I was thinking of these folks, because it must be quite difficult in the heat to keep them cool.
Yes.
So they would like to have a nice shady house to live in. And yes, so this is autumn here. And oh, I wish I have a small house and I couldn't possibly fit them both in, but they're absolutely divine dogs. So please, folks, come and visit us at the Upper Valley Humane Society, and go home with someone, anyone, maybe not somebody that you've seen today, but anyway, I do thank you for watching, and I thank my wonderful helpers here, and we will hopefully be on air again about once a month perhaps, and so tune in to us, and if you can't have an animal, we love your money. And we'll take $5, $10. If you can manage more than that, that's fine. But, you know, children can have a lemonade stand and send us $5 or something like that. It would be wonderful, because we really need it here, as you can see. So goodbye for now from Mary behind the camera, and Roz in front of the camera, and all the wonderful creatures that you've seen today, and the others that you haven't seen. And we'll see you again soon. This is a quote from Susan Chesney McElroy. In their innocence and wisdom, in their connection to the earth and its most ancient rhythms, animals show us the way back to a home they have never left.